Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and it might surprise you that on this Saturday, we're still dreaming because I can't count the number of things like happened yesterday in crypto that I've been through. I mean, you have no idea how many of these things I've been through. I've seen it all. And so the only difference between me today versus me 2 days ago is that I own more XRP, because this is nothing but opportunities for me. I've accumulated more, and I plan on accumulate. And on the way, I'll show you in a minute. But on the way down, I was able to get some, but then it went down. Even the crash yesterday afternoon went further, so I'm already positioning money to be able to go in and accumulate more. I've been here a long time. These are opportunities, and you've got. I'm not a financial advisor, but I can tell you the way I think, the same way Warren Buffett thinks, which is when there's blood in the streets, that's why you don't leverage. We're going to get into all that, but I wanted to make the point that things change really fast in crypto, and this time's no different. I'll take that back. It's different in one way. We're still, today below $4 trillion in this total market. And there's hundreds coming. No matter what happens on one day, that's the fact, Jack. And so, yes, I continue to dream. That's why on Saturdays I talk about my partner, Gulf of America, XRP.com. Today, we're looking. This is a beachfront condo. The community, I think it's in the write-up. Shores of Panama is what it is. This week, and by the way, every week, Gulf of America, XRP.com. If you go and sign up for their free email newsletter, your name and your email address, they send you properties, and they usually have a theme. This week, the theme was, these are great rental property condos, beachfront condos in Panama City Beach, Florida. If you're interested in going and looking at real estate today, you can give them a call at 850-890-8884. But I wanted to show you today, they featured a rental property today in Shores of Panama, which is a condo, beachfront condominium complex. So here's the inside of this condo. Let's see if we can get some of the beach views here. You're looking, there's other condos beside it, but you got a beach out your bedroom window, right there. And then let me see if we can get to the balcony, see what their balcony looks like. There's a lot of pictures in this one. There we go. So this one's kind of side facing to the beach. And then you can see the pool that they have at that particular condo. And there's the strip there and there's the pool. Let me see if I can get to, okay, that's looking from the beach. There's a weight room in the condo complex. There's your patio. This is the lobby of they've got an indoor pool as well. Pretty cool. Anyway, this is a $575,000 condo, 3-bedroom, 3-bath. That's what I'm talking about. Rental property. That's going to be one thing that I get into. Okay, yesterday was a crazy day. When Trump first announced that he was planning on increasing tariffs on China, the market just did a crash. And then after that, later in the afternoon, I was sitting here, and all of a sudden I looked at my phone. XRP went. I bet it went from 260 something to 150 or 40 inside of seconds. It wasn't just XRP; it was everything. But we're at 3.75. I keep telling you, this is the number I keep looking at. But look, I want to talk about the lessons from yesterday. I've been harping on this stuff, like not leveraging your XRP and how this market's too young for that kind of stuff right now. when you have as little liquidity in the system, only 3.75 trillion, you can still have days. That's the other reason I keep harping on this idea of Michael Saylor going out and borrowing to buy Bitcoin. You don't do this kind of stuff in a market that's this young. You have to really think about it before you do it in a mature market. Okay, first lesson from yesterday. As usual, many of the exchanges started locking up. This is Binance. Due to heavy market activity, our systems are under a high load. Some users may experience intermittent delays. Then you had this. Here's, I don't know which one that is, but they mentioned Coinbase, Uphold, and Robinhood were all having issues. That's a Binance. Service load is too heavy. Please try again later. That's, I think, Coinbase. Degraded performance. Guess who did not have problems? Here's from Zach Rector. Got an update from Jim Balzani. Am I saying his last name right? Jim Bazzani over at Caleb and Brown. All hands on deck at Caleb and Brown. Clients had no issue getting orders filled. This was the largest liquidation event in history of crypto, and their team kept everything running smoothly. That's where I placed a trade. Right in the middle of this market pullback, I sent Caleb and Brown an email, and they immediately put my order through. I didn't catch the thing where I wanted to. I think I caught it I think that it was in the 260 something range. But that just means I'm going to go back in again if these prices stay where they are. If you want to open a Caleb and Brown account, by the way, go to xrpwealth589.com. It'll forward you to my page on Caleb and Brown. It's one of the many reasons that I partnered with them. Dom EZA says, anyone have difficulty buying that dip yesterday? Hearing some exchanges halted buying. I said, not me. I used Caleb and Brown. There's my page right there. I'd put it in here. Okay. Especially you kids out there, take this advice now. It's a great time to learn it. Only when the tide goes out do you discover who's swimming naked. I learned my lesson the hardest of ways in the 2008-2009 financial crisis. That was one big, huge lesson. And I tell my sons all the time, no matter what bad happens to you, two things. One, tomorrow's another day. Two, it doesn't seem like it while you're going through them, but those things are the things that are the best thing that ever happened to you. 2008 financial crisis. Without that, I don't know how to handle something like yesterday. Without that, I never even discover crypto. Okay, and then here's another smart one. Smart men go broke in 3 ways: liquor, ladies, and leverage. Charlie Munger. That's Warren Buffett's partner. And then Unknown DLT said, good morning. We have survived the biggest liquidation in the history of crypto. And I said over the next few days, we'll find out who didn't survive. And when I say that, I mean the people that had leverage positions, and you're not finding out yet what happened. A lot of them are probably real quiet right now. Black swan capitalists, I think like this, love the volatility. That's where the real wealth is made and destroyed. Fear sells, euphoria buys, master the swings, and you master the game. What just happened, 3 p.m., President Trump confirmed that's when it fell off. So first he announced that he was going to increase tariffs on China. And then yesterday afternoon, he announced that he was going to put 100% tariff on them. All Chinese imports starting November 1st, alongside export controls any and all critical software. Within minutes, S&P fell 2.7%, erasing $1.5 trillion in market value. It wasn't just crypto. Then we got this, the blatant reality. Heading into President Trump's 100% China tariff announcement, markets are looking for a catalyst to pull back. Leverage was through the roof, and we had not seen a 2+% decline in the S&P 500 for 6 months. Trump's post became the reason to sell off what remains a broader uptrend. The fact that a record near $20 billion was liquidated in crypto in 20 hours is clear evidence leverage was through the roof. Fear and greed are the most powerful emotions in the market. The scale had tipped too far in the direction of the latter. Still ignore the noise and follow the trend. That's what I'll be doing. History made with an XRP black swan, the biggest XRP long liquidation ever at nearly $500 million. Crypto liquidations explode. to 19.5 billion in 24 hours, the largest single day liquidation ever. 17 times bigger than COVID, 13 times bigger than FTX. And by the way, after both of those huge pullbacks, I've made bukus of money on paper in my XRP since then because I was buying those dips too. There's a lesson there. Okay, COVID crash was 1.2 billion, FTX was 1.6, today was 19.31 billion. I'm trying to show you all the different thoughts on what happened yesterday. All this is noise. This is Raoul Paul. All this is noise. If you don't use leverage, there are two questions you need to ask as long-term holder. Will tomorrow be more will tomorrow be more digital than today? Has the liquidity cycle and business cycle topped, or is it still rising to finance the 10 trillion that needs to roll in the next 12 months? If both answers are yes, then it's all noise. If your time horizon is 5+ years, then the second part is just noise too. He's saying buy the dips. This is how you survive. Remember, no leverage, no FOMO, top 3 to 5 assets as main bag, self-custody for multi-sig with good wallet. Only trade a small degen bag. Hodl over longer time horizon, zoom out and remove the noise. Expect 35% pullbacks frequently. Buy the dips. I pretty much follow most of that. Just got a call from my good friend who's higher up in a well-known crypto firm. They got completely wiped out, weren't ready for something like this at all. Hearing that some partner firms and theirs also got wiped out, fully gone, not a penny left, this could be bad. You're going to see cascading news announcements of problems with some of these hedge funds and different crypto-related things like that. So lock in, get ready, it's coming. I've seen this movie several times. Someone just opened this is from yesterday, opened a Bitcoin short 30 minutes before Trump's tariff announcement and just closed with 88 million in profit. He opened this account today. John Deaton says, if true, this needs to be investigated. This is the kind of manipulation that's been going on and insider trading that's been going on in crypto since I got here. I believe this too. This was well-planned, coordinated dump. Ancient whale opening billion-dollar short position. Treasury Secretary calling to take any measures to ensure market stability. Trump announcing 100% tariffs. After U.S. market close, alts dumping 60 to 70% on a single candle. I'm certain that some very large entities have got their orders filled here. I wouldn't be surprised to see a V-shaped reversal. Neither would I. I got so much more I want to show you, so what I'm going to do, but I want to make this point before I leave you here and go into the group. Another batch of S1 amendments, because this is called keeping your eye on the ball. Another batch of S1 amendments rolling in on Spot, XRP, ETS, Bitwise, Franklin, 21 shares, Wisdom Tree, Grayscale, Canary. Several include ticker symbols. Getting close. Okay, we're going to go into DAIXRP.com. I got a lot more of my thoughts on what happened yesterday. You can also join through YouTube. That's the Patreon. If you want to join through YouTube, click the join button below any of these videos or hit subscribe through X. We do the full video plus the extended video with no commercials. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, tell your friends and family. Away we go.